what in the world is Lightning McQueen thinking? I mean, in the Road Rumblers episode of Cars on the Road, every time we see him with this armor on, he looks terrified out of his ever loving mind. But now, on his artwork here, I mean, he looks pretty ready and determined to just jump right in and start clashing and banging with some other cars out in the wild, wild west with the Chiefess and Jeremy and all those other crazy cars that are part of the Road Rumblers squad. But yeah, I don't really know what to think about this because, yeah, like I said, every time we see him in the episode, he doesn't look like this. I mean, I'm all for it. I love the expression. Artwork looks very, very nice. And it just sets the mood for an amazing looking diecast. So, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Here you have it. I've got Road Rumbler Lightning McQueen. I've been finding so many of this guy lately at the Dollarama. And I just, I never thought I'd be able to have this many. I have four. I gave one away to my cousin, and he opened it up. So I actually already kind of like opened one, kind of like I didn't open it, he did, but I like held him in my hand. So it's, I don't know. I kind of feel like I already had this guy, but I don't, of course, because I never actually opened him myself. And he just looks so stunning. I mean, this is a diecast that we're gonna talk about for years. I don't know if they'll re-release them, moving forward. I kind of feel like probably not, but they might. Who knows? Yeah, they probably will actually, because it seems like the Chiefess and Jeremy are coming back for 2024. So I wouldn't doubt if this guy does too, and I hope he does because he's absolutely stunning. Looks really great on the Cars on the Road packaging, new for 2023. He was, of course, he just got first introduced in case G, and then he came back for case J, and then the last case of the year, which was case M. So he's in three cases out of the year, not too shabby. Definitely a lot of chances to get this guy. The one I got right here, well, the four that I got, or three now, they're all from case G because the Dollaramas around Canada have been getting in case G. So I actually ordered two from Mr. Docket for my big haul of cars, and I didn't even really need them now because I already had, I already got two from the Dollaramas. So two from here and two from Mr. Docket. So now I got four, gave one away, now I got three. So pretty awesome. Anyways, as seen in Cars on the Road, of course, and you can see lots of other cool releases back here. Not all from Cars on the Road, though. I'm not sure why Breaker Boggs is on the back of this packaging, but whatever, he's there. Then we got Maypillar Derev, the West Philanopus, Cryptid Buster Mater, Kelly Beambright, who was also very abundant, her and May at the Dollaramas. I bought quite a few of each of them. And then Kirsten Marshall, of course, as well. Very, very nice to see the good old Cars on the Road packaging. I've been reviewing a lot of Wintertime Cruisers cars lately, just like, getting rid of all the Christmassy stuff in the Cars Garage too and everything. So it's really nice to go back and just take a look at a Cars on the Road diecast for a change because they are just so cool. Like every single one just always feels better than the one before. And this one is definitely no exception. Now I gotta make sure I don't open this one because I have another one right here. This is the one that's on pretty bad packaging. Right here it's all like crunched and everything. So I want to open that one. But before I just want to zoom in and show you guys his artwork because it's pretty darn cool. I really like how Pixar animated it. Just a little surprising that he's smiling like this because he doesn't look like this in the episode. But you can just see all the details, and it looks like it was all translated really well onto the diecast here, like all the mud splatter and the dirt and the grime, and then the metal looks really, really nice. And those are, I think, plastic pieces, so I don't know how they're able to get it looking so good. It'll look even better out of the packaging, but just for now, I mean, it looks pretty darn cool. This might end up being one of my favorite Cars on the Road diecast that they have made to date. Possibly, I'm not sure. I don't have all the McQueens opened up yet. This is technically the last one they did in 2023, but of course, I still have to open up McQueen Deputy Hazard and Cryptid Buster McQueen too. I can't find them, but I do have Cryptid Buster McQueen coming soon. My sister found him at the Dollarama. And then McQueen Deputy Hazard, hopefully I'll get him sooner or later. But here's the one on not so good packaging. And I just can't wait to dive right in and see how he looks opened up. So what the heck are we waiting for? Let's do it. Wow, I really am blown away by this Lightning McQueen diecast. I don't think I've ever liked a Lightning McQueen diecast so much, actually, to be honest. I mean, this just goes to show you that when Mattel really wants to, they can whip up quite the awesome looking car. Sometimes they just choose not to, clearly, like with Yellow Meldorado, Hot Pink Holly Shiftwell. Like this guy, though, he's just in a class of his own. And I can't believe, honestly, that I found this guy at the Dollarama because it didn't feel right when I saw him hanging on the Dollarama pegs. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? This guy I thought I had to pay a lot of money to get him online. Luckily, I got two from Mr. Doggett, so I'm all set with this guy. I don't need any more now. I've got three, but I had four. Too many. But I'll take all the Roadrunner Lightning McQueens I can get because he just looks absolutely stunning. Now, before we begin, I want to show you guys where he appears at in the Road Rumblers episode. So, basically, he gets all his armor on him when him and Mater get caught by the Road Rumblers. The Chief just challenges Mater and McQueen to fight each other in the Thunder Cone, and they were gonna too. They were pretty mad at each other from before they even got caught. They were in a little argument with each other for some reason, but luckily their good hearts, get the better of them, and they end up stopping the big war between the Road Rumblers and the electric cars. Well, then they just end up fighting anyways. They were just tired of hearing McQueen rant on about friendship and whatnot. At least Maynard and McQueen got to resolve their little argument, and they ended up going down to the gas station with Jeremy and sipping on some coolant. So it was a good day for them. But yeah, this McQueen just really blows any other cars in the road, Lightning McQueen, out of the water. And that's really saying something because there is a lot of cool ones. I mean, Cave McQueen is awesome, and then the other ones I don't have open yet, but they are awesome too. But this one, like everything, the expression just looks so cool, and then all these separate plastic pieces on them, they don't even look like plastic. That's the thing; they look like full-on metal sheeting. So that's just, I don't know. It's just such a cool car. I could talk about how awesome he is all day, but we gotta get started with this review. I love his expression, even though it's really not, how he looks in the episode for the most part. Like the entire time, McQueen is not a fighter, of course, so he just looks worried and just scared the entire time. He's not really here for the whole fighting thing, but that's why he tries to stop the fight from happening. Doesn't really end up going as planned. It does later, though. The Road Rumblers end up coming to the gas station, too, with the electric cars, and they're talking and smiling, having a good old-fashioned time. So I don't know what the heck happened. They fought, and then they're like, why are we fighting? I don't know. I'd like to see what happened there, but we didn't get to see because Mater McQueen just flew the heck out of there and didn't want to be any part of that. His mouth looks pretty good. It's like almost like two layers to it. Like the top is the teeth and the tongue is the bottom. No teeth on the bottom, but it's cool. It's a very determined looking expression from McQueen. I like it a lot. This is a separate plastic piece though for the eye, but it looks really nice. This whole windshield part there, and it's got like a black line around it, which actually is accurate. You can see on the artwork. I got off to the side. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks very nice and matchy, so that's good. Got his decal on the hood there, the carburetor cap mountain decal. It would normally say RS on the mountain, then on the road, and the little banner on the bottom, but it's all blocked, of course, by this little blown engine here. Very makeshift looking. It's like snot rods, but way smaller, and just way more like custom looking, you know what I mean? But that must have hurt, like drilling these screws right into his body. Like that metal, that's McQueen's skin pretty much. Like how much would that hurt? No, I don't even want to think about that. Screws, oh man, into your skin, that's just disgusting. Anyway, so I don't know if this is supposed to be a real blown engine. Is it actually like connected to his insides, to his actual engine? Who knows? Probably not. They probably just put it there to look cool. I don't know. Those road rumblers are pretty wild cars. So I guess it would mean nothing to them to just put a bunch of metal into their bodies like that. Pretty disgusting, and I mean, it probably get some tetanus. All those rusty screws going into you. Anyways, though, kind of a big gap here from his metal body to the shovel beard here. It's definitely a big gap. I guess it's not that inaccurate. There is quite a big gap on the artwork there I'm looking at, so I guess that's fine. But I think it's just because they used a slimmer Cars 3 mold for McQueen. I wish they didn't, because if he was just a little wider, he'd look even better, I think. And just more wild, ravaging looking. So I wish they would have used the old one, but they never do for the Cars in the Road McQueen, so not surprised. Actually, they did for the Cave McQueen, now that I think of it, so I don't know. They could have, I guess. Very cool over the wheel wells, got all these spikes, and just goes right into the shovel beard. I love how they call it that. And Mater's got his flamethrower, and they just kind of bicker with each other the whole time while they're in the thunder cone. So they actually were I guess, ready to fight each other. So maybe the expression's not that inaccurate because he was kind of determined to fight Mater, but he didn't want to fight anyone else, you know. He wanted to put a stop to the other fighting, but he did want to playfully fight Mater in the episode. This is all the sheet metal on the side. Like, it actually feels rough to the touch. It's not cold, of course, because it's not real metal. It's just plastic. But it does look really nice. This is how it would have looked if they wouldn't have put any details on it. So I'm glad that they did. Because it wouldn't look too great if they didn't. It kind of would have looked like the McDonald's one. There is a lot of like ways to get this guy though. They had the McDonald's one when Cars on the Road came out, and then of course they did the mini racer one, which I do have. The Disney Store did one, and who else did one? Oh yeah, Mattel did a color changers version of him too. So there's a lot of ways to get Road Rumbler Lightning McQueen, which is cool. Love all the metal on this side too. It's just so grimy and dirty looking, and I just love that when they do stuff like that. You can actually see the lightning bolt peeking through a little bit too, so that's cool. Got all of his plastic windows there. No decals on the top, so they didn't have to worry about that. Maybe that's why they didn't put that many decals to begin with on just a regular road trip Lightning McQueen, because they knew they were going to be covering him later with all this armor. And, you know, if he had just had decals sticking out from every which way, it probably wouldn't look that great. You know what I mean? They can't take them off because that's just not what the road warriors would do. They just, you know, put a bunch of stuff on them and make them look like a fighter in an apocalyptic war. So maybe that's why. I guess it's a good idea. You know, makes him look cleaner when he's got this stuff on. But yeah, big old mohawk up here. It's actually like rubbery, but I imagine that would hurt really bad if you stepped on that in the middle of the night. That would not be good. But yeah, I don't know. The back window looks a little different to me. Like, he doesn't have the red window bars going through, but he does have this big red strap which connects to Mohawk. So that's cool. And then his big old spoiler back here. It's not like completely pitch black because it's not supposed to be. Got some grime and like brown paint going through it. It's definitely taller than his usual spoiler for sure. So it looks like they just gave him a whole new one, I would say for sure. Still got the 95 in the back though, and then he's got his little like bumper piece here. That's actually smart because if a car bangs into him, they'd be the one getting hurt, not McQueen. So that was actually smart that they put that on him. Maybe that's why he doesn't have any dents on him, you know, like, cause, well, actually, I guess he never actually ends up in the fight that the road rumblers have between the electric cars. So I guess it makes sense that he doesn't have any dents on him. But yeah, every square inch of this guy just looks incredible. His rims are a little different too. They put a little gray dot in the middle. Still got the Lightyear Texto. Technically, there should be spikes in there, but they didn't do that for Chief Disc, so not surprised that they didn't do it for McQueen. But other than that, everything just looks so cool in this guy. Love all the mud splatter and everything. So cool. Man, they really can make a good car when they want to. That's what this goes to show you. Got the copyright 2022 on the base because it is a new McQueen base. Technically, it does not have the little holes in the bottom for Mater to tow him because I think that the shovel beard and the bumper would just kind of restrict that. So it makes sense. S19A is the date stamp. And then I didn't even realize his exhaust stick out really far. Wow, they really customized McQueen. I didn't realize they went to that extreme of a length to actually pull out parts from underneath him and, you know, like completely change it. I don't know, like, where did all of his old parts go? That's what doesn't make sense about the episode. How were they able to get all these off and not have any screw holes in their bodies? You know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, anyways, I almost forgot his gas caps back there too. So they just got every little detail on this guy. So nice to see. Anyways, here is the mini racer version of him. For some reason, all the armor is brown on this guy. I don't know why. Doesn't look as good being brown. Let's zoom it out a little bit though. But it still looks nice, I guess. It's just kind of weird. I didn't even realize how brown it was until now. Having him next to the 155 scale version of him. Obviously, the spikes aren't as high. And for some reason, they put the 95 lightning bolt like stick out higher. It's not supposed to be that high. I guess they just wanted to show you it's still there, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this one is not as nice now that I'm looking at it side by side with the big one because I just didn't realize how brown all of the armor pieces are. They're all plastic pieces too, so I'm actually surprised they even made this guy because it makes them a lot taller and they usually don't like to make tall minis like that, so kind of surprised to be honest. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this guy. Wanted to show him with the other road trip Lightning McQueens that I have, all the other Cars to the Road variants. Here's the 2023 variant with the Different expression, of course. Other than that, it's the same. Very, very nice. Looks great together. And then here's the one from 2022. Same, just a different expression. And then I want to show you guys him next to Cave Lightning McQueen, who, yeah, definitely has the wider casting for sure. I didn't even really realize that until I made this video. I just don't know why they continue to make the slimmer one. It's not really accurate. But, oh well, why did they make the wider one for the cave one then? It doesn't make sense. They also did it for the muddy Chester Whipple filter McQueen too, so I don't know. But McQueen definitely gets a lot of different spoilers in Cars on the Road. Didn't even realize that. Look at that, bamboo, and then black metal. Funny. Anyways, yeah, I don't have Road Rumbler Mater yet. Hopefully I'll get him soon, but here he is next to the Chiefess and Jeremy. They just all look so cool together. And then I'll probably be reviewing Squat next, probably before Mater, but who knows unless I'm able to find him. He's from case J, and I don't think I'll be able to find him anytime too soon, but you never know. Maybe I'll be able to. Such a cool car, though. Honestly, one of the best cars I've ever reviewed, probably in the last year or so, to be honest. I think it's a very awesome looking variant of Lightning McQueen, but let me know what you think of him down in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do Road Runner Mater very soon as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.